Good evening. Tonight we're going to talk about gun ownership. It's currently a hot topic within our country and within our state. We live in the state of Florida with the recent shootings, and tonight we're going to talk about why you should own a gun. Several years ago in Winter Haven, there was a resident who was at home with his wife one night. They were in bed watching TV and they heard a bang at the door. Went and there was a strange person at the door who was trying to get into the house. He told the man to leave. The man asked for a certain person that wasn't there and didn't live there, and the homeowner told him to leave the property. The man then proceeded to break the screen door open and try to break into the home by breaking the front door. The homeowner went and retrieved the gun from his bedroom, told him again to leave, and at that point the subject broke the front door and came into the house. Very angry, didn't seem to be in his right mind. The homeowner fired a warning shot into the ground to try to scare the subject away. I don't recommend that, but that's what he did. This angered the subject, who then yelled some profanities and began to charge the homeowner, being in fear for his safety and well-being. He shot the subject several times and subsequently killed him. That night, had he not had that gun, he and his wife could have been victims of a very violent crime. Toxicology showed that the subject who broke into the house was high on narcotics and also had alcohol in his system, and they wouldn't have had a way to protect themselves. So why should you own a gun? First thing, for home protection. Each year, as the video showed and as the story illustrates, people are victims of violent crime. Increasingly, they're victims of violent crime within their own home. People that are on narcotics break into homes to get things to steal, to sell for drugs, and for other reasons to steal guns. And if you don't have a weapon, how are you going to protect your family? How are you going to protect your loved ones if you don't have a weapon in the home? Second, for personal protection or concealed carry purposes. Today there are all kinds of different options for concealed carry. You can have a shoulder holster, an ankle holster. You can have one in your purse. They make purses now that have hidden compartments for weapons that are designed specifically for carrying a gun. You can wear them in your pocket. Guns come in all shapes and sizes and colors. You can have an SOB holster, which is small to the back. That's not for your ex-wife. That's actually small to the back. It's abbreviated. You can have a waist holster, just wear it on your waist, or you can have it in your vehicle. The laws about carrying a gun in your vehicle are a lot less restrictive than people think they are. You don't have to have a permit to carry a gun in your vehicle in the state of Florida. A lot of people don't know that, but they don't educate themselves, so they're not aware that they can. Let's look at some of the shooting incidents that have happened around the country since 2016. This goes back just to the beginning of 2016. Machete attack in Columbus, Ohio, where one person was killed and 4 injured. In June of 2016, an active shooter at the Pulse nightclub. We all know about that, that live in the area. There were 49 people that were killed and 58 injured. In August of 2016, there was a stabbing in Roanoke, Virginia, where 2 were injured. In September of 2016, another stabbing at the Minnesota Mall. People were just at the mall with their families, going on about their day, and a subject came with a knife and stabbed. He was able to injure 10 people. In November, you had a vehicle that drove into a crowd and then began stabbing people in Ohio. 13 people were injured in that incident. In August of 2017, another vehicle attack where 1 person was killed at a rally and 19 were injured. And then in November of 2017, you had an active shooter that walked into a church in Texas as people were worshiping with their families, and he was able to kill 27 people and injure 20 others. And in that incident was partially stopped because a neighbor heard the shooting, grabbed his gun, came out, confronted the bad guy, and actually was able to wound him, which caused him to flee the scene. Had that not happened, there's no telling how many other people he would have hurt. In these incidents where they were stabbings, people just had a knife and were able to injure this many people because no one had a gun to stop him. If you have a gun and someone else has a knife, that's their bad day for bringing a knife to a gunfight. So it's definitely something to think about. What do the state laws say about this? In the state of Florida, and each state is a little different on their laws, but for the most part, they're fairly uniform. You can use deadly force to protect your home if you are in reasonable fear of imminent peril or death or great bodily harm. If someone has made forcible entry into your home and you feel like you're in a place that you're going to become a victim, you can use deadly force. What is deadly force? State statutes go on to say that you're justified in using deadly force if they believe that such force is necessary, again, to prevent imminent death or great bodily harm. That's pretty simple. If you can articulate a fear of reasonableness that you're going to become a victim, then you can use deadly force to protect yourself. Arguments against gun ownership. People say that guns kill people. I can set a gun on the table all day and it's not going to kill anyone. People kill people. Guns don't kill people. Guns make you unsafe because you can become a victim. If you're not prepared to use the gun, then I wouldn't own one, because then you could be, but you have to have the right mindset to survive. God will protect me. God will protect you. However, God can also heal you, but that doesn't mean you don't go to the doctor. You have to be reasonable in that. And guns around children. Glock and the National Rifle Association both have programs for children so that they can be safe around guns, use guns. It brings family together. In summary, gun ownership is your right, guaranteed by the Second Amendment. It gives you the ability to protect yourself and your family. And owning a gun can be the difference between being a victim and being a survivor of an incident. And in the time we've been talking, I've actually had 2 guns concealed that you wouldn't know if you didn't know to look for them. One in the small of my back, as I talked about earlier. They're empty for purposes of the demonstration. And also one on my ankle. Go get a gun, it'll save your life.